Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, welcome, welcome back, or in, shall we say, to a brand new series on the Saxlingham Map by Farm Sim Brisco. Let's go. I had promised him, he's a really good friend of the channel, so I had promised him that we would do a series on this. Welcome to the realistic series for Saxlingham. We are going to run really simple. We are going to run 2-day months at 1x speed. We're going to play 12 hours per game day, and that will be it. That's pretty simple. Our goal is to just get 1 year. So what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to play 1 hour with you guys and then 1 hour off camera. So it'll be pretty cool. Absolutely cool. And that way we can limit to just as many things. But welcome to the farm. Let me give you a quick tour. But without further ado, how's everybody doing today? Hope you guys doing great. Hope you guys doing awesome. And I hope you guys are doing fantastic, because you guys know I am as usual. So as you can see, I've got the volume fixed on my computer. I've got everything set up. Let me give you a quick tour of the farm and equipment we're going to use. And I want to show you something real quick before we do that. This is our home, first of all, our house. This is the only thing now, after watching Farm Sim Brisco's stream the other day, playing on this map, I have decided to keep pretty much the farms exactly the way they are, with the exception of added 1 shed. And the only reason why is I got this little cool machine in here for our good friend Russell, who likes to see the 4-wheelers. So we're going to use this to get around, go get seeds, go get fertilizer, things like that. It's going to be absolutely epic. But this is the only thing I added. Everything else is the same. So without further ado, let's get going. Let this warm up, because we are running the damage mod. This is a little 4-wheeler. In here is pretty cool too. It shows you everything. Shows you, and it has like 2 different views. It's pretty cool. But anyways, we're going to give you a nice little tour. These are our first sheds on our lower level. We have 2 levels on our farm. Let me show you the map real quick. We own these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields right here. Okay. We have field 7, which is a crop field, barley. Field 19, which is barley. And field 6 and 5 and 4 are all grass fields. That's what we own. This standard size map. And some of the fields are small. Some of the fields are large. We are going to start small, and we're going to eventually build up to it. But, yep, this is our lower level. What's really cool is the all the sheds have opening doors for the most part. That's why I added that one, so it matched. Everything can be sold on the farm, but yeah, after watching his stream, I have decided that we are going to keep the farm exactly the way it is. We're not going to build anything extra on farms or anything like that. The only thing we're going to do is I'll show you where we put our animals, which is, you're going to like this. It's pretty cool. But these are the bottom sheds down here, and we're going to I'm going to drive this around. Okay, right here is our fuel station. We can get our fuel, park up here. Here's all our equipment up and through here. Here's the silo on the upper level right here. We have the direct drill Great Plains. We have this for our lime. This is going to convert over to our manure spreader as soon as our animals start producing manure. And this is our fertilizer spreader for now until we get manure. Over here, there's lots of shed space on this farm. Absolutely great. We are going to run with the Massey Ferguson 8570. Pretty older piece of equipment, but it is in-game, so it's pretty cool. And this is our little equipment shed here for our equipment, or like I said, our vehicles. Shut that down. And we are starting with, we're going to go on Massey Ferguson farm. Massey Ferguson 2805. This is 190 horsepower. And the Farm Tech wagon, just like the same one we have on the, yeah, I'm not going to say it because I always butcher it, but the Cybuch map. Here's our first field, barley, ready to go. And then straight across over here, which we have to go around to get to it, is our other barley field. So this one here is 7 acres, and this one here is 2 acres. Now, there are some massive, and I mean massive fields on this, like 30, 40 acres. So that's kind of cool. You also start with a pallet storage, pallet and bales, which is pretty cool. And then we got to get in our little 4-wheeler here, which is pretty cool. We'll go down this way real quick. This farm is massive. It's a small farm, but it's not very small, if you know what I mean. We've got lots more sheds here. Another garage for bales or whatever. Those doors do open. And then there's backside of this you can drive through. I figured Russ would enjoy this little 4-wheeler here, and So we now officially have 3 series going. We're going to always have the build your own / logging / mining on one series. Another series we're going to have the own the map challenge, and the third series we're going to have the realistic series. They're going to vary in lengths from 20 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour. Always on the realistic series will always go hour videos, and then the build your own will go 20-minute videos, and the own the map challenge will go 30 minutes. So we have small, medium, and large video sizes. I am going to attempt to keep the traffic on, just so you guys know, just to keep the ambiance. But if it does get annoying, I will turn it off. I did turn the vehicle or the traffic volume down. Also, we must drive on the left-hand side because we are in the UK. This map is designed from a real-life place. It is absolutely great. Now, we own that part of the farm. We own this little section right here. And then across the street, we own a second little farm. Now, this is our grass yard farm right here. This is absolutely epic. The way this just feels like real. I mean, hats off to Farm Sim Brisco that made this map absolutely great. We're going to try to go as much older equipment as we can, but we are not limited. We can buy whatever we want. We are not limited to. We must, we're not going to make this where you have to harvest. We're going to farm our little area here, and then we can do contracts or whatever we need to do. So we're going to run with the New Holland 5950 baler. We're going to run with the Forschwitz on this map. So we're going to have the mower here, which is straight across here, 5.9 meters wide, or 5 meters wide, sorry. Because we haven't gone on a self-propelled mower we've gone one on the Wilderness Wildland series, but it was the Big M, so that doesn't count. This here is a windrower and tedder mixed. Look, Forschwitz 318 tedder and windrower. So this will ted and windrow all at the same time, and it's absolutely real. I researched it. So over here, we are going to go our Merlot telehandler because we are going to have animals. I'll show you where that goes next. And then this has a second level to it, too. It's pretty neat. Here is our bale trailer right here. Pretty cool. This is how we're going to get bales off it. And what's nice about this is this will hook right to the Merlot. We can take it right to the fields and get our bales off of it. And then this section right here has a lower level down here with lots more sheds. So your starting farm, which is right here, has everything you need. It has, like, this here I bought, but the starting farm has lots of sheds, lots and lots of sheds. But as you can see, like field 8 right here, let's go over to farmland. This is 17 acres, so it does get big, you know what I mean? Then we got 30 acres, but then you've got a bunch of little small ones too, so you can small farm on this, 30 acres, and you can large farm on this. With the roads being the way they are, I wouldn't do much more than, I would say maybe a 9 to 12 meter header on this, unless you have a trailer to put it on, because the roads are kind of tight in sections, but there are some massive fields on this, absolutely massive. So let's get our four-wheeler, and now I will show you where our animals are. And then we got to get busy because we got lots and lots and lots to do. I'll show you so we own this field right here. This is cool. Wooden gates. When's the last time you saw a map with wooden gates? This field right here is only 2 acres. It's grass. So it's not like, it's not huge fields at all. So even going realistic speeds, we can go. We're going to farm our little area here, and that's it. And then down here, I'll show you how you get to it. It took me a while to figure out how to get to the one field. It really did. I had to fly and figure it out. This little four-wheeler zips around, and it's got the carriers on the back with straps on it, so we're going to get our bags of stuff that we're using. Here's another one right here. This is the grass field. Once again, wooden gates on it. I think it just adds to the ambiance of it. Pretty cool. And then this one here is only 3.2 acres. So that's only 5 acres of grass. That's it right there. So we're not going to do any logging on this. It's going to be strictly animals and farming. That's it. And then you come straight through here for the other field. Boom. Right straight through here. Now this field right here we do not own because this is on, let me show you. See, we're running through field 86 right now. We don't own it, so it's just a right away right now. Eventually we will buy it. So then you come straight through here, come up through here. This connects you back to the farm. But right here, this took me a while to figure it out. Right here, see it? Right through here, and then you drive right up through here, and this is our field right here. 1.89 acres of field. So we only have, and then this here is a nice little place you can get water for your animals if you need it. This would be a perfect place for a cow pen to put in there with water, so it actually acts like a cow pen. There's multiple ways to do this, but I'll show you how we did it on this farm. So I'm going to utilize the, and each one of these trees has like dirt around it. It's really realistic. Really, really, really super realistic. One of the most realistic maps I've seen. And he did this by the real area. I mean, this is done by, like, he has Google Maps. I really suggest that you go check out his farm. Now, I wanted to point this out to Russell. He's a really good friend of the channel, Russell Whitlock. Now, on his one map, he has apple orchards, right? Look what this would be, right? If you came in here and you got rid of these trees, this would be, or you plant them in here, and it would fit, like, right along his rows. Because I know that one map he's doing, he's got the apple orchards, and he could plant them right in here. So hopefully when he decides to fully come over to Fs25, he'll try this map because it's absolutely great. And it does elicit some smaller fields and some bigger fields too, so you can experience both. Anyways, let's get on this, and we're going to go right up the road here. Now let's take, when we go up the road, let's go into first person here, just to show you guys what it's like. That was an accident waiting to happen, wasn't it? I'm so used to traffic being off. Let's just drive up here. I'll show you the shop. So we'll have to, you know, just claim that didn't happen. Otherwise, we'd be repairing the four-wheeler, and we probably wouldn't be here right now. Here is your shop right in here. Your Klaas dealership. I think it's pronounced, is it pronounced Class or Klaas? I'm not sure, because I'm not from the UK. Anyways, we're going to get back out here. And then right up here, we're going to take a right on this road. And then I'll show you what we did. Come down this way. So this is the first time I've ever had animals that weren't on the farm. Look at, we built all this. This is all cool. I built this off camera. So right here is our chicken pen. Now this is an exaggerated chicken pen, but it's pretty cool because I put the pen inside there and I left kind of like a driveway around this, so you can drive all the way around it and get in here to feed them, get in here to buy them. And they still have a huge pen. Now, this pen is so not realistic, but it was the one that I liked the most as far as this is a modified pen that holds 2,000 chickens. But the reason I liked it is because it came with a wooden fence. Generally speaking, they only come with, like, this part. These have the barbed wire on the top. It's, like, a little bit different, so I liked it. And here's your animals, and I'll show you that we had 2,000 to start with, and now we have 2,353 chickens. If we come the backside over here, we're going to store our egg pallets in here. Same shed as that's on the farm over there. We're going to store our egg pallets in there. We're going to simulate that that's refrigerated, so we must keep this closed at all time. And our pallets will spawn right here. And then it's perfect for like a little telehandler. You can back the trailer right in here and then load them up right on there. And then across it, now when I'll show you what, I'll get you up in the air, but I'll show you when you first buy these are just plots. These are empty plots, and you can put whatever you want. You can build your own farm here. You can do whatever you want. Then here, right across the road, is our sheep pen. So we have, and I just did the same sort of thing, except for I put these sheds in here for storing bales. We're going to store hay bales in here because we're going to make hay for, I'll show you the next part. But this one only holds, this is a little bit smaller pen. This only holds 311, but I didn't want a lot of sheep. I didn't want a crazy amount of sheep, but it's pretty cool how this, you can make the grass and you can change the pallet or the pen any way you want it, the paddock as they call it. And then right down here at the end of the road is another placeable. Now, like I said in the beginning, these are all placeable areas that you can purchase. I'll show you where you're at in the map. See? They're all placeable areas that you can purchase and build your own farm if you want. That's why I agree 1,000,000% with Farm Sim Brisco. Is like a lot of people come in, and even though you can sell all the farm, you can sell everything you need to and start over if you want. Why would you do that when he gives you not one, not two, but 3 placeable areas to build your own farm? And these 3 areas, we could build like a mega farm in all 3 areas. So that's why I said I want to, out of respect for him, I'm going to leave the map the way it is, other than the one shed that I put in. Then over here is our cow pen. Now, once it makes more sense to him if you're building on the placeable area and building it the way you want. Now, these are the open slotted cow pens that the manure spawns inside, which is absolutely realistic. They each hold 150, so we can have a total of 300 cows on here. Plus, there is a cow farm as well that has, I think, 175 on it. We'll fly over and I'll show you. Here's another one. Each one of these. Now, there's no pen adjustment to these, so they only hold 150. So that's 300 on our cow. One shed over here for hay bales for this one. And one shed over here for hay bales for this one. So we can just bring our Merlot down here. Boom. We can bring our trailer down here. Off stack them in here. So it's going to be great. And then over here is how you get into the manure. You will open this. And the manure spawns right here. And it must be scooped out with a shovel. There's no other way to get it. And then here's your milk. So that's the things there. Now let's get back to the farm, and then I'll show you. I'll fly you over. Now, right in this section 2, right across the street from the shop, is the BGA. Right here, where you can sell bales, you can make silage, you can do all that stuff. But you can purchase this as well. And this has 2 levels, and this has a massive bunker down here. And lots of storage. You can put extra sheds down here if you wanted. It's absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. And here's where you sell it, right here, which is great. So let's get here, and then we will come in here to turn around. You guys can actually see my sheep pen from third person now. Isn't that neat? I gave myself lots of room. This buildable section is absolutely huge. You can see how big I built the pen. And then we're going to come down here, and actually I'll give you a rideable outside the pen here. Look on the cow pen. Isn't that neat? Good. Now this road just kind of ends, so you got to kind of turn around and go the other way. And now we'll go back to the farm, and I'll give you a fly around, and I'll show you kind of the map real quick. Even though many people have done reviews on this map, and if you really want it, it is posted on his itch.io page, so you can get it from him, and you must get it from him. It's not going to post it, I don't think, in the farmingsimulator.com website, although he has maps there before. But and if he does decide to do it, then that's on him. I will not post a link to it. That is up to him. I will tell you where to get it from, but that's it. And then literally right down from the shop is our farm, which is not that far. So what I like about it is it gives you the best of both worlds. This little beginning farm is kind of neat. It's really awesome. We can come here, and then we're going to park this in here just like this. And okay, so I want to also show you this too. When you build these sheds, there is always a little extendable part to put on it, because I spent hours. I'm like, why is that up in the air like that? Why can't I level it? That's because it's builds like that. So you have all this space. You can actually drive up here. You can put bales in here. It's pretty cool. You can actually store bales in this, which is neat. And this is small enough, or like this little four-wheeler is small enough where you can turn around inside of it. And all this little shed is for this. See, you can back right up on here and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. All right, so we'll get you here. Now, as you can see, we are negative numbers already because I started at 0, and when we went to the next month, we already, because I have this building right here. This is the only building I put. Well, no, I put the cow pens down too. Also, these doors, you have to shut both sides of them. So, all right, so let me get you. So we got some work to do to get going here, and then what I'll do is I will bring up the map so you guys can see where we're at. All right, so I will fly over now. You watch up in the left-hand corner, my little guy right there. See him in the little triangle? These are our fields, and it's nice because there's like little running in it. Now, what these little ditches are really cool. I like them. And then here's one field. Look, it's not very big, and then our other field is right here. So you can mow right between them, and you can go right straight through and get to this one if you want, which I think is how you get to this upper field. But you can also get to the upper field from here. So it's pretty cool. This is our overview of our farm. See, look at all the sheds. And you can actually, this is outside the map. Yeah, I just went outside the map. That's pretty cool. You can fly over the map. It's pretty neat. This is our farm, and this is our first field, like I said, and our second field. Now, the second field, you've got to drive down the road. And, yep, down the road. And then go to this road here. And then go all the way around to, and here's another farm that you can purchase. Contractor farm with a silo, everything. So you come down here, and this is the entrance to our big field. Now look at this field here. This one is 25 acres. This thing is massive. Absolutely massive. Even this field is 20 acres. So you can have a bigger field and a small field. And you, like I said, this one's only 2.92 acres. So 3 out of the 4 fields that we own are less than 5 acres. So it's pretty cool. That's why I did it. And then if you look in the middle of the map, the like 28, 29, 24, 25, 23, they're all small fields. They're all fields like this. And then you've got some big fields. So he really thought ahead and made it so that every play style is here. And like I said, if you wanted to play this multiplayer, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 8 fields or 8 farms. And if you wanted to play with a really close friend, there you come down this road right here like I showed you before. There's another farm right here next to yours. So if you wanted to do this with a co-op friend, you could have them own 9, 17, and 18, and you own the other farm, and you're literally co-oping together. You could do it like together, and there's 2 silos, and everybody's got their own silo. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I like it the way it is. All right, so as we fly down here, and we can't spend. Here's where we just were. Here's our overview of our pens. That's why I put the grass in there, see? So it looks like it's supposed to be there like that. And then here's our cow pen. Here's our shop, and here's that one field that we talked about with that would be awesome for the cow pen. You could put a cow pen in here and make it go into the water, and the cows will, like, if you put it right in here, the cows would actually walk into the water. It'd be kind of neat, actually. And then here's our little upper farm where all our grass equipment is. So there's sheds galore, and I mean galore. You shouldn't have to build too many sheds. You really shouldn't. And in my opinion, I wouldn't even build anything on the... I put one on there for the four-wheeler, but everything else... and I put these sheds for our bales, but on the farms themselves, you will not need any other storage. And they're tall, too, so you can get some equipment in there. Now, this is outside the map, like we're talking about. So it's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to fly right down here. We're going to go to the next farm over, which we're going to kitty corner here. We're going to go right to farm number 83 here. And this is your cow pen. Now, if you purchase this for $293,000, you start with 25 cows. And you start with fields. Actually, you know what? We own fields. No, that's the placeable areas. I'm sorry. I thought it was the field 2 and 3. I thought was something we owned, but it's placeable areas. Now, when you purchase this one for $293, you get the cows. And I do believe, well, it won't show it until it, but I do believe there's 275, I think, on this, or 170. I can't remember what it was. Actually, you know what? I will tell you how much it is, because you can buy it. Let's go here. Come on. What's taking so long there, Batman? Let's catch up here. Right here, 175, because you can buy that same pen right here. Now, like I said, everything will can be removed and resold, so you can mix and match the way you want it. Although, like I said, he gives you the farms and he gives you everything built, also bale storage, the silos, things like that. So, if you purchase a field farm 83 with that, you get 25 cows and you get field 16 and 10 with it. And that's pretty decent size. Like, these are fields like 26 acres. That's pretty decent size. So then you come down here, right here. And you're going to go to farm 100. I just go by the numbers. And this is another one, another arable farm. So you got lots of farm storage, lots of buildings. I mean, he put so many buildings at every farm. And the one thing I liked about this map, more than his other maps, I mean, for real, all his other maps have had massive cow areas where you can have, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of cows. This one is a lot more realistic. This one is done, like, really super detailed, like, as far as the way it would be in real life. Because most people don't have 1,000 cows. There's only 2 farms in the world, and they're both out of Japan, that have 1,000 cows on them. So it's just, crazy. Now, as you can see, I was off the map. But let's get this going here, so we can get back onto the map here. Please let me get on the map. Can I get onto the map? All right, so we got to do this, and then back up again. I was outside the border of the map. See, this is what happens when you play around. So that was field. So we've shown you farm. So there's 1, 2, 3 farms, 4 farms on a field 82 or 83. 1, 2, 3, 4 on 83, 5 on 100. Now we're going to go up here into the corner. We're going to go to farm 43, or the 5th farm on the map, right here in the corner. And there she is. Now, all the farms are literally the same. So, with the exception of, now this one here gets you the animal dealer and stuff like that. So, this one gets you your slurry buy point, manure buy point, and the animal dealer. But it is a working farm. You can actually work on it. But you can buy your animals right from here. There is no animals on the farm, but you can purchase them. So, it's the actually animal dealer. And then it comes with this right across here, which is the silo and the silage bunker. And then there's the other part of the farm right here. So, this one's spread out quite a bit. So that's pretty cool. And then we fly down here. So that's 5 farms. And then we're outside the map again. Fury did that again. I got to get back. How did I get out here? If I go up higher? If I go up higher, maybe? Can't get up on here. That's the one thing I think he'll fix, probably, because it is absolutely... You get out there, you get trapped. So you got to be very careful when you're flying. Now, when you're driving it, you just hit the wall. And that's... but it's still... I mean, I am not going to knock this map at all. This map is amazing. Okay, so that's farm number 5. This right here is farm number 6 at 78. I think what happens for me is the reason I get out there is it looks so stunning that you just feel like you can keep going. And that's the truth. So this is farm number 6 right here. Just a like a contractor farm. And then we're going to come over here. There's field 7 or farm 7. So that's 7 farms on this map. And then we're going to slide over here. And I do believe there is a farm over here. Nope, this is just a town. So I think there's 7 or 8 farms on this map, I do believe. Some of them bigger than others. Some of them are working farms, but you literally can, you know. And what's nice about this map is you don't have to own those farms to use the sheds. That's what I like about it. But this comes back to our... Oh, this is the farm. That over there is the animal dealer. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. Let me correct myself. This right here is the farm. Field 6 or farm 65. That's the animal dealer, and I don't want to get down to the edge of the field. But see how it looks like it keeps going? So I want to keep flying, if you know what I mean. Disadvantage to having flight mode, but it is great for content creators because we can show off a map a lot easier. But, yeah, look at it, and there's a river right here. So there's the pond up there, the river here that goes literally straight through pretty close to the middle of the map, and you can get water from it because I've tested it. Here is another little baby farm that you could use. Like I said, you can use equipment and stash equipment here. So there's little sheds all over the place, and I want to check something. No, I think you have to own it first, but it's pretty cool. I really like it. It's one of the most amazing maps I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of maps, guys. I think the farms are labeled by the colored thingies, maybe? I don't know. Or that's the sell points, maybe? I think. I don't know. But like I said, see, now this field's only 3.9. Sorry, as I clear my head. This is all your... Look at another pond right there. You could put a nice cow pen right here and run your fence along it. So the fence would have the tree... Or the cows would have the trees and the pond. It would be absolutely crazy. All these are small fields. Look. This is 6 acres. But then you get up to here by where our farm is, and you can get bigger ones. And it really doesn't take a long time to drive the map. I've done it. I've really, really done it. It's not too bad. And is this our farm? No, that's a... Is this another farm that I missed? Yes, I did miss this one. Because the other one is down at the end of this road, right? No, that's the one I pointed out in the beginning. I'm sorry. Okay. Got that. But this has got the sheds and the bale shed. This is actually, like I said, so I do believe there's 8 on here. I see, I want to fly over there and get there, but I'll get stuck again. So we're going to turn that off now, and we're going to get busy working. But hope you guys enjoyed the tour, and I hope you guys enjoyed it because this is going to be absolutely amazing. So we start with the minimum equipment, nothing bigger than 6 meters, just like we're doing on the Saibuch map. And that's it, but we do have the freedom to upgrade on this. We start with, like I said, 190 horsepower tractor, but we can upgrade because the fields do get quite big. Some of them do, but yeah. Let's get going. Let's start harvesting. We're about almost 30 minutes in already, but that's not bad. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it, and I really hope you guys... We're not going to go in cab or anything like that. We're going to go out of cab, but we are going to get the realistic speeds and everything, so... And that's why I did the 2-day months. We're going to go 1x speed at 2-day months. And we're going to make sure we are running the moisture level. What are we at? Moisture, perfect moisture, 12.25. We're running at 12% perfect. Well, actually, no moisture on this field. Ooh, this is dry field. But we are not allowed to use auto load, all those things. This has to be done realistically and realistic speeds and all that stuff. So this header comes with it, with the harvester, and I think we're going to start. Let's see the best way to start on this field. Probably to do a reverse. Normally you would start clockwise. I think I'm going to go counterclockwise. And I want to make sure that our straw is on. Okay, perfect. And let's get us a line. Let's get us a line because I think in '83 when this harvester came out, I do believe it had GPS on it. Nope. So we go like this. And let's get over just a little bit. Let's there we go. Just do this and then we'll get us a headland around. We can get out here. Now we can just chat once we get going here. Now this only holds 8,000 and now we did use a little trailer that I have to fix. Sorry, I get in this dry room and my throat gets dry. But it's super realistic, and that's what we're gonna play. So that's what I said. We're gonna go an hour with you guys, and then an hour off camera, so that it'll be basically if I was to do 2 full hours at 12 hours apiece. But we're not gonna play 12 hours because we don't start until 8, so we're only going 10 hours. So it would only be max 20 hours for one game month. But it'll be 10 episodes for you guys for 2 days. So that's pretty cool. And then what I also will do is make it set up to where like I said, I'll do steering wheel back setup. We'll get it set up to where like I said, we'll play an hour on and an hour off. So when we come back, worst case scenario, it may be a couple, 2-3 harvests in a row, but it will only be just 2 or 3 because like this field here will not take 2 hours to do. Shouldn't. It's only 3 acres. Actually, I think we'll go, since the tree is there, we're going to switch the line up and go over here for our GPS. Let's get this around here. Get right on the edge there, and we'll fix the line. And we'll go right there. Now that's going to go like that. Go. Perfect. Now we're right on the line. Whoops. Sorry. Gonna have to use my cruise control. There we go, guys. And then we'll just be farming and farming and farming. And now, the straw bales, when we get them picked up, will have to be taken down to the cow pen. That's the only place I use straw bales. So, since we don't have any cows, we can take half of them and sell them because we do need money. We're also going to sell our crop right away. No, actually, we have to take down a load and put it into the chicken pen. No, we don't, because we don't have any animals yet. So, since we don't have any animals yet, let's take half the straw bales down and then sell the other half. And then the same thing with the barley. We'll take, we'll put half in the silo for the chickens, and the other half in the and sell it so we can make a little bit of money. We're not worried. We have the ability to expand, but we're not about owning the map. We're about getting 1 year, so we can just continue to harvest and do the fields that we have. Which are the 4 fields, and if we want to change, we can expand. So, but we're not obligated to get anything special, if you know what I mean. There we go. Perfect. And that way, if you can, I just gave a tour and we're already 33 minutes in, so this will give us a chance to come and chit chat. This will give us a chance to come. The videos will be a little bit longer, but it is what it is. For this series, I think that a realistic series deserves an hour. As you can see up in the left-hand corner now with whatever I have, whether it's precision farming, whatever, it's going to keep track of how much I've harvested. I'm getting 10.2 tons. I think that's precision because I didn't have it on the other one. We're getting 10.2 tons to the hectare, which is pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good yield, to be honest, for a dry field. So when you're down here, doesn't that look like the map extends? I'm just going to keep singing the praises of this map because I really love it. And I've been a friend of Farm Sim Brisco's for years, and I've officially now done a Let's Play on every one of his maps. And, the same as I did for Cavalier Roy, I've done a series on every one of his maps. The only one I have not done yet is Maypole for 2025 yet, but that's that's in the works, if you know what I mean. So as soon as we're done with the On the Map challenge on the Side Booch map, we're switching over to Maypole. And so that I can say that I've officially done, in every iteration that I've played, that Farm Sim Brisco's come out with maps and that Cavalier Roy's come out with maps. I've done series on every iteration that they've done. And I do believe that, I know Cavalier Roy was 19, 22, 25, and I think Brisco was 22, 25. But their iterations from, his Oak Farm to all of Farm Sim Brisco's maps, I've done them on. And by the way, guys, if you ever get a chance when he live streams, his community is amazing. His community is absolutely amazing. So check him out. I've got some new people that I want you guys to check out, but let me get my normal shout outs out of the way first. We want to make sure that we check out AK. He is on FS15 right now, but I think he might, or FS11. He's got a couple series going, but he's playing on the older versions, which I think is absolutely great. I think it's amazing when people pull out the older games and use them, because we've been spoiled with just being able to go to the new games, but sometimes, and to me, I would rather have Farm Sim literally just stop making games and just keep updating it like Truck Sim did. You know what I mean? But I think the 78 is that the, I don't know if that's the fuel or what. I don't know what that is. But so AK's playing on some older versions, and he's got some great series, and he does story time, which is amazing. He tells stories about the railroad and about different things. It's absolutely epic. Then you got your man Russell West. I almost called him Russell Westbrook. Russell Whitlock from New Zealand. He is amazing. He's over on YouTube. Does amazing videos. He's got 4 series going now. So if you want to check him out, he does things with predominantly small equipment. Doesn't use big equipment. Primarily older stuff, like I kind of like to use. That's why I kind of gravitate towards him. And he's just an amazing dude. And he will talk about everything under the sun. He's just come so far. I'm so proud of him. And then you've got your, I wanna give a shout out to NachoCast. Okay, so NachoCast is one of the he's been in our community for a while, but as of recently in FS22 and 25, he's made specific music for content creators to use. That's where apparently they wanted you to start, which I'm not starting there. And he puts this music out. You guys have heard me use it lots and lots and lots of times, and right now I want to also support him for the simple fact that he's going through what I went through a while back with some drama on his channel, and I can understand because I've been there. I have absolutely been there. That's why, he's an amazing guy. He live streams. He also puts out videos. He'll talk for a while, then he'll time lapse for a while. It's absolutely great. Absolutely great. So check him out. Please check him out, because he was doing Red Dead Redemption tonight, and it was pretty cool. I was absolutely excited about that, to see a different game than Farm Sim, even though I really enjoy watching Farm Sim videos, but, which is all I ever do. So now we're going to switch this around, and we're going to go backwards. And then, okay, so we got those 3 guys, and then my Empty Pockets, my brother from a different mother. You got to watch him. He's absolutely amazing. He's having troubles with PC, so if you want to support him, make sure that you donate to his channel. He needs to buy a new PC, but he's still putting out videos. But I want him to get that new PC. So if you feel it necessary to donate to him, he's got a link over there that you can give him some stuff. He's amazing. Also, our Big Ace, we can't forget about him. He's been a friend of the channel for a couple years now, so we want to make sure that he's getting credit where credit is due. Van Ham Gaming, oh my gosh, one of the most amazing live streamers I've ever seen. I watched him grow. When I first started watching him, he had barely just over 1,000 subs, and he's got well over 6,000 now, so almost 7,000. So you can tell by how good he is. He's from Australia, but absolutely funny guy. And he lets you guys know. Make sure you guys are literally checking out. Make sure also, I wanted to shout out PA Plowboy, Jason. Good friend of the channel. Real life farmer like myself. So he literally posts generally real life videos on his channel. Just go give him a like and a thumbs up and watch his little shorts. He puts them under shorts, so it's not like you only have to watch it for like 25-30 seconds, but it's real life. He lets you go. let you know what's going on and stuff like that. So, but those people are my main people that I watch, and I want you guys to go check them out, because I think that the more you, let's see where we're at with our GPS line here. Oh, almost perfect. Who's the man? This, and then lower, and we're ready to go. So, I have to turn the header speed down. So, I hope we don't miss too much here. We might miss a little strip, so I'm going to move that over a little bit just to make sure we get that one, and then we'll be back on the line. Just wanted to make sure. So we'll do our 2 headlands, and then we'll be able to turn around, and we're going to not get much yield off this because this crop is so dry. Absolutely so dry. And then we'll go, like I said, we'll go 1 time more around it for 2 headlands, and then we'll be able to turn around. There. Yeah, I have to put the dynamic thing back in. But still weird that I can't hear myself talk, but it is what it is. You know, that's the way I have to do it now. That's why I always say, and I will continue to say every video, please, 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 if you're using Streamlabs OBS or Streamlabs Desktop, please don't update it unless you know how to fix it, because it has been 3 days, 3 videos now, and I can't get it back to what I need to, and it's okay. I'll learn it. I'll figure it out. It's not the end of the world, but we have done 3/10 of an acre already, or hectare. Now remember, guys, in real life, a hectare is 2.78 acres, just so you guys know. So when you see the term hectare, it is absolutely double what an acre is. It's actually almost 1.5 times, because it's 2.78 acres. So it's literally almost 3 acres. So for those of you who are wondering the size of a hectare, it's quite a bit bigger. So when you see a field that's 20 hectares, it's generally a little bit over 40 acres, pretty close to 42 to be exact. So that's what you want to do. So for those of you who run with hectares, that is it. But in the United States, we go by bushels. So we don't go by liters or anything like that. But the real life weights and measurements and stuff, somebody has not transferred that over to 25 yet. As soon as they do, I will put it in here so we can have bushels and tons and all that stuff instead of, and because when it was coming out, but when I had it, it was in beta form. So, you know, now think, if I didn't give that 30-minute tour, this field would be done and we'd be on to the next one, which is pretty good. And that's at realistic speeds. So the fields can be done, and like I said, we're going to farm, and then if we want to make a little extra money, we'll do some contracts on some of these bigger fields. But our primary goal is to get a year on this, and I think I'm going to do that with I was going to run 0.5 for 1 day months, but I thought it's the same time, and at least, because in real life, like when we mow, we don't, now I won't need to do this one, I'll need to go to the headland down there, because we're going to start our line right there. In real life, like you mow, and then you don't ted and stuff till the next day. So, and then we're going to get this second one, and we're going to come back up here and get it here. So, the way we're going to do it, and I have to change that wagon. I have to change it. Because that wagon, it was an edited one that I wanted to use because I like the look of it, but it holds 25,000, and it's absolutely not realistic. So, we're probably going to sell it and get back in the right one that only holds 8,000. But I'll probably do that off. Well, I might have to do it this episode. So I kind of show you guys the behind the scenes. Let's leave this running for a second. I do have my speed at 4x. So I think I'm going to sell that wagon right here. Let's head down to the shop real quick, because this holds 25,000. So you would never do this in the middle of a harvest, but I have to fix this now because we're getting ready to empty it. This thing is modded to hold 25,000, and it's not realistic at all. And I don't want to use it unless it's realistic. So we're gonna sell it. We may have to fix our money and all that stuff. I'll show you some inner workings of the Farm Sim world that a lot of content creators do, but you guys just don't see it. And that's why I've always been transparent. I've always shown you guys how to do it. I also have to find the beacon button. For those of you who are watching this late into the episode, what is the button for beacon? Because I can't find it on PC. I'm not talking about console. Because I need to get it set up to where I'm running my beacons. Now, I will run the 4-ways on this one because there's no beacons. But like my Merlot and the things, they have beacons on them. So this is just, I mean, this feels like a real life working farm. I just have to do this now, guys, and I will show you how I do it, and then we'll go back to your regularly scheduled broadcast. All right, so now we're going to sell this, even though I don't like to. Okay, now let's see how much the other one is. Right here, we're going to go down to trailers, and we're going to use the same one, but this one. Ooh, we have enough, but then I have to put it back. Let's go, same thing. Massey. Oh, I don't have enough money, so 9,000. Okay, so what happens if I buy it just the way it is? Still 9,000. Okay, so here's what we got to do. Watch this, ready? It was minus 503, right? Whoops, we're going to get out of here. We're going to add $1,000 just so you guys can see. This is the inner workings. Nobody ever sees this, but we're going to do this. Add 1,000. And then we're going to buy our trailer. Nope, it's this one. 8,000. And we're going to change this to Massey. Oh, wow, check that out. That's 8,000 for the big one. All right, 9,000. Why don't I have enough money? Huh. I didn't put enough in. That's why. There. Now we'll leave that. That. Taking forever. All right. Now we're going to put that at minus 503, I think, or 553. We're going to put it at. So we're started at minus. And then we won't do that again because that's not realistic. But I wanted to show you guys the inner workings of a content creator, the stuff that you guys don't see off camera. So let's see. Let's put this at minus 500. And that puts us at 408, and we got to put 18, 28, 38, 48. 42, so 142. Pretty close. Close enough. There we go. We were at 553. We got it at 550 now. Close enough. $3. There. Now you guys got a chance to see how content creators generally work that you don't really see. Nobody ever talks about that, but you know, like when we adjust money a lot of times to buy what we needed, like if I want, like when I started this farm, I sold all the equipment. I didn't have enough, but I wanted this certain specific equipment on there. You got to add money, That's the stuff you guys don't see. So that's why I do it. I'm probably one of the most, if not the most transparent content creator out there. I make sure that you guys all know what's going on, how I'm getting my money, how I'm doing it, and I will explain to you how I do it. And everything I generally do, I do it on camera so you guys can see what's going on. My brother and I used to experience that all the time when we were making videos together, and we would watch certain people, and next thing you know, they're like, oh, look at this tractor I bought. And I'm thinking, wait, the last video you just had, you only had this much money, and there's no way you made $200,000 in one video. No, they just go in and add money. So it is what it is, and I'm not calling anybody out because that wouldn't be right. It definitely would not be right to do that, and you guys know how I roll with that. I don't bash other people, and I don't question how they do things, but that's how they do it. There we go. Now we're back on track, and then we'll turn around, we'll come back up, and we'll start bringing this back here. But there, I wanted to show you guys that and go from there. But yeah, I had experienced that back when my brother and I were both making videos, and we were doing the Two Brothers series, and we were really watching a couple guys really faithfully, and all of a sudden they like, a lot of content creators like to turn the HUDs off, and then so you don't have any clue. You don't know. I leave mine up for a reason. I leave it up so you guys can follow along. And I would want you guys to question me, to turn around and say, hey, how did you get from point A to point B? And last video you only had this much on here, and now you've got a $300,000 tractor. Well, now you guys know how I do it, so you don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? But that's why I also leave the money up there, so I can also, you guys can follow along to every episode. That's why I don't like to sell stuff off camera. I just don't. I think that it's a disservice to you guys when I do that. It also takes you guys out of the loop when you guys want to follow along with money and sell things the way I do it, and some people play the way I do it. We're going to have to go all the way down and around because we got to get back on track here. But yeah, that's why I do it, and that's why I started doing it way back then. And because you know my rules, I'm not allowed to, and I personally make these rules for myself. I don't bash other channels. Whatever you guys want to do on your channel is fine. I don't get involved with the drama. I don't care to do it. But, you know, when it comes to my friends and stuff, and they're going through stuff, and there are people out there that literally just thrive on drama, and I try to stay out of it. You know, I just don't want any part of it. But I do have to support my friends. And that's all I'm going to say on that, as Forrest Gump would say. We only got about 9 minutes left. This hour is going super fast. Super fast. But we also toured for 30 minutes. So now what I will do is I will play, once we get done with this, I think we'll play till 9 o'clock. And then we'll come back and I'll play until 10. And then once again, just like the realistic series that we were on Judith, Montana, we're going to simulate lunches and things like that. So the days will go pretty quick, I think. But instead of, like on that map, instead of doing 30, 40, 50 acre fields, we're only doing 2 and 3 acre fields. Like that one over there is only like 3 acres or 4 acres. It's not, like I said, it's not, our fields aren't very big. And I want to primarily farm on ours. You know what I mean? And just farm on our fields. That's it. And we can do what we need to do to make money and upgrade. And now once we start getting some seriously bigger equipment, all right, we're going to empty this right here. Paddle doesn't need to be spinning. I don't know why I shut the whole thing down. It's supposed to be running like this one. Go in between these. Now we're going to put this load into the silo, and then the next load we're going to sell. And that way, when we get ready to buy our chickens, when we sell it, we'll buy our chickens to begin with, and we can put this, we can take the load right down there and feed them. And that way they'll start producing eggs right away. Now, barley actually gets a better yield than wheat does, in my opinion, and takes a month less. There we go. And I want to set this up for tipping on the left. There we go. And like I said, we can upgrade wagons, tractors. We started with 190 horsepower, which is all we need for this little farm anyways to begin with. It's pretty much all we need anyways. We're not going to handcuff ourselves. If we want to move into modern times, we'll move into modern times. I just want to get a year. I want to go from September to September, and then we'll move on to another series that's realistic. And it'll be on a different map. We're wrapping up the Wilderness Wildlands map for sure. I've only got a couple more episodes on that one. But we're at the point now where I have to play so far ahead to get moved that it's getting to the point where the series is kind of dragging along a little bit. Now this is not multi-fruit or anything like this. This is just storing the regular crops. So there's 8,000. And now we'll go continue to harvest a little bit more. And as soon as we hit 3 minutes, I think we'll go a little bit early. As soon as it hits 9 o'clock, we'll start. Because remember, I started at 3 after, and I want to kind of keep it on the same level. But this is the first Massey farm I've done. On all my Let's Plays on Fs25. I have not done that. But I've done it on Fs22, and I don't know why I shut my combine down. Oh, I didn't. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Now, when I do the hour off camera, chances are this field will be done. And we can come back and start baling straw. And like I said, we're going to get it to where we're literally putting half the bales down there and not, because we don't have any cows yet. So we can, it's going to be a while before we can buy them. So we might as well store the hay bales, but we don't, or the straw bales. We don't need all of them down there now, if you know what I mean. 2 minutes, and then we'll be wrapped up. But you can see how fast an hour goes when you're, you know, I've never had a problem doing hour videos. I've had a problem with them loading up. But that's okay, because if it takes a little bit longer, I think that's, you know, I have to understand that realistic. I don't want to harvest for 20 episodes. So I have to help the series along a little bit. But we're okay. We're going to do well. Now this load we can sell. We find the cheapest place and sell it. Then we'll do the same thing over there, and then we'll bale both fields, just like we're doing on the real series. The only difference is that one's going game speeds, the only map challenge. So, and then what we'll do is we'll keep the series, I have the playlist all set up now, we'll keep the series rules the same. Alright, so, I'll shut this down here, because we're going to do it off camera. I'll shut my tractor down. So on that note, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And remember, I love you all, and I will be right back here tomorrow with the On the Map challenge. So on that note, get out of here. I'll go 1 hour from 9 to 10. I'll probably be able to finish this. And then we'll move over to starting this harvest next. And then we'll go from there. We'll go an hour on, hour off. So, all right, guys, get out of here. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.